Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of The Age of Shadows, a Korean thriller drama from 2016 that stars Song Kang-ho and Gong Yoo. It was directed by Kim Ji-woon. Korean police captain Lee Jung-chool, played by Song Kang-ho, has been charged by the Japanese colonial government in Korea with rooting out members of the country's resistance movement. But while Lee has a history of selling out his own people to secure a favorable position with the Japanese, he's been hit harder than usual by the death of a resistance fighter who used to be his classmate. The leader of the resistance senses that this turncoat, if approached and handled properly, might be turned once more, this time in their favor, and so begins an incremental, coded psychological dance between Lee and a key resistance figure named Kim Woo-jin, played by Gong Yoo, whose antique shop is a front for a scheme to smuggle explosives from Shanghai into Seoul. Now, at this point in this director's career, when this movie came out, Kim Ji-woon was still very reliable with his Korean productions. You know, The Quiet Family, The Foul King, A Tale of Two Sisters, A Bittersweet Life, The Good, the Bad, the Weird, and I Saw the Devil represent a pretty scorching hot streak. After that, he made The Last Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which, in my opinion, was decently entertaining, but easily his least impressive film at that point. But that one doesn't really count because it's a Hollywood production, right? And to be honest with you, I would argue that Along the Wolf Brigade from 2018 is actually worse than The Last Stand, and easily Kim's worst film to date. So looking back over this director's career, The Age of Shadows is his best film easily from the last 13 years, if you go from 2011 to present day. So this movie delivers pretty well. It's a very plot-heavy movie, though. You know what I mean? The characters feel like they're being driven by the conflict instead of the other way around, and because of that, it feels emotionally detached. You know, if you're not going to shed a tear, I don't think, watching this film. And the advantage to this type of filmmaking strategy is that it gives the movie a very consistent tone throughout and a focus on the story progression. The disadvantage is that it lacks emotional resonance, right? Song Kang-ho's character, I don't think he's that compelling on his own. I don't see like a ton of complexity in this in terms of like a multi-layered emotional character arc. But, and this is kind of surprising for a Korean film because they do love their melodrama over there, right? But if you're someone who enjoys like a more tempered and clinical thriller, this is like right up your alley. You'll definitely enjoy this movie. And the intrigue is kind of generated from our protagonist's manipulations of other characters and how he handles these deadly conflicts. You know, the authorities in this film are pretty efficient and proficient at catching suspects, which is a good choice by the filmmakers because, you know, it establishes a difficult goal for the protagonist. You know, one slip up and they're toast, right? The Japanese will catch them and they'll be put to death. So these stealth cloak and dagger scheming tactics reach some legitimate heights in this. You know, there's a very long suspense scene on a moving train in the middle of the film, major highlight. And even the opening foot chase shootout is very nicely presented with like police running on top of rooftops. It has a very like kinetic type of feel to it while these authorities are pursuing a suspect. So it's good. The production values are solid, direction is stylish, and it's also paced quite well. Very little in terms of like dull filler. Even the slower moments, usually the characters will be having some type of an interaction attempting to sway Song Kang-ho's character to working for the resistance instead of the Japanese. So it's good. And as you might expect, the performances by everyone, they're top-notch, all right? There is a little bit of bloody violence and torture in this, just in case you're squeamish, but I don't think it'll be a problem for most people. So Age of Shadows is just like, it's Kim Ji-woon's best quality film since I Saw the Devil, for sure. So it's a good quality flick. I like it. And if you're a fan of this director, you probably should check it out if you haven't already. And it's currently available on Blu-ray and DVD. And as always, folks, I'll see you next time.